What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be doing some more work on the track build Mustang, so stay tuned. So in this video, I'm going to be doing an oil change on the car. I also wanted to do a little bit of interior work. So as you guys can see, I fixed the door card on this side, or at least most of it. There's still a little bit of wrinkling at the bottom here, but as you guys might remember from the first video, this whole thing was peeling off. And so I kind of did like a test trial run just to see if I could get it to work, kind of fix this, and it came out actually pretty decent. Again, I still do have a little bit more work to do just to kind of finish it up, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So now, in this video, I'm going to do the passenger side. It's not nearly as bad, but you can see there's quite a bit of peeling at the bottom there. So we're going to fix that today. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then on top of that, I also wanted to clean up these headlights a little bit. These things look absolutely horrible. You guys can see they are so faded. So what I'm going to try and do is we are going to sand these down as much as possible and then respray them with some clear coat. I can't tell if these have already been clear coated or sprayed or not, but we're going to try our best to get these looking as nice as possible. I know that new headlights for these things are pretty cheap, but again, this is a budget build, so we're trying to save every penny that we possibly can. So we're going to try and do this for free. But before we start any work, I've got to run by the store to get all the supplies for the oil change. I've also got to drop off some orders at USPS from the Etsy store. So let's get going. All right, for the oil change, this is the filter I'm going with. I'm going with a Wix XP. This is the drain plug I'm going with. And then for the oil, normally you want to go with 5W20, but because this is such a high miles motor, again, this has 358,000 miles on it. And because I am driving it super hard, I'm going with 5W30. Again, you can go with 5W20. That is what it calls for from the factory, but I'm going with 5W30. Well, I just had my first experience with the insane honking and craziness of the anti-theft system on these cars. So when you try to jump start them, they start honking and freaking out like crazy if your battery is super dead. So you have to unlock and lock them with your key fob to get it to stop freaking out. And yeah, this system just does some wild stuff when you try to jump start it when it's super dead. So that was fun. I'm sure my neighbors loved that. Geez, lots of work just to get prepared for an oil change, but now it's up in the air, so time to drain the oil. I let it cool off a little bit just so I don't burn the crap out of myself. But let's drain it and see what this looks like, because it hasn't been drained since I bought it, and I'm praying to God I don't find any metal shards or anything crazy, because that would suck. And I mean, the oil definitely looks like it hasn't been changed in a while. So let's see what we find. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty leaky under here. I think I've got a rear main leak. Probably also a leak from the drain plug. So hopefully we fix that today. Honestly, for as old as this oil is, it actually looks pretty decent. Not really a bunch of metal flakes or anything like that in there. There's a tiny bit of glitter, but I mean, for a motor that's this old, I'd expect to see just a little bit of that. So honestly, not too bad. All right, well, I am feeling good. I let this thing warm up and cycle through, and the oil is now topped off. It's got fresh oil in it. I'm sure that this thing is thanking me. So I also, again, let it warm up, and the coolant is full still. I don't have any leaks anywhere, which is great. If you guys remember from the last video, this thing was pissing coolant out of it. It was leaving all kinds of coolant in the driveway and in the garage, and it took about 3 hours of driving for this thing to be completely emptied. So it was filling up that coolant in the valley again, and it was just a mess. So now that's fixed, I can actually drive this car, which is awesome. So I'm feeling great. At this point, now it is time to start working on the door cards. So again, you guys can see at the bottom here, this is all peeling up. This is super common for these Mustangs. These door cards just start falling apart. I already did the driver's side. Don't mind that seat. That thing looks awful. That's what you're going to have with a 358,000 mile car. But yeah, that door card looks much better. So I want to do the same thing with this one. All right, so the passenger side is not nearly as bad as the driver's side was. On the driver's side, this entire thing was peeling off. It looked awful. You guys can see this is lifting a little bit in the middle section here and on the corner here. I'm not going to really mess with this top portion until these start lifting on the corners, just because for me to get into this, I would have to peel all of this back. And if it's stuck right now, I don't want to unstick it. So I'm just going to focus on the bottom section here, make my work a little bit less for this side, because that side, it was pretty tedious. So again, I just want to make this look as presentable as possible. So that way, you know, when I'm drifting or taking it around the track or whatever, my passengers don't think that I'm a broke loser. All right, this is what I'm using. This is the 3M High Strength 90 contact adhesive. I pretty much use this for any vinyl or interior wrapping that I do on my cars. This stuff is great, and again, it's super high strength, so it lasts a long time. If you guys recall the limo videos, I used this to reupholster the headliner in the limo, and it came out really nice. So we're gonna use that here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift it up here and then spray this contact adhesive all the way through and just get it to stick all the way around. And then once it's all sprayed, I'll let it sit for just a little bit so that way it kind of gets tacky, and then I'll just push it all down. And then once I kind of get it sticking a bit, then I'm going to use this guy, which is just a little squeegee, and I'm going to just push in all of my edges around and just work it all the way around. This stuff does want to pop out, so you're gonna have to work it a little bit. You might want to use a little bit of heat if it's cooler out. Using light heat from a heat gun can help, but again, I want to stress light heat. You don't want to burn this because you can really ruin this finish and melt it. You don't want to do that, so just use a little bit of light heat just to promote that curing time. And then, I mean, that's pretty much it. As long as you get all of your corners in, that's really all you need. If you do have any corners or edges that are just being super stubborn, you can use a little bit of like super glue. That's kind of what I did on the edges of the bottom. Just kind of like in the middle, I had a spot that was like really wrinkly. I kind of stretched it a little too far. And so I just put a little bit of super glue in there and I just pushed it in. And it's holding and it's fine. It doesn't look great, but really the biggest thing that I care about is that it doesn't pop back out. It's all tucked, looks great. I've got to clean up a little bit of the overspray here. I'm probably just going to use some alcohol to clean that up. But yeah, besides that, it looks wonderful. Still not perfect, just because, you know, this kind of stuff in the middle is still a little peely, but I'm not super worried about it, guys. Honestly, again, this is going to be a budget track car. It's not supposed to be perfect, but it's much better than it was. So I'm happy with it. We're going to send it. Both sides are done now, so now it's time to move on to the headlights. Okay, it is finally time to clean up these awful, awful looking headlights. People on TikTok said it looks like my Mustang has glaucoma, so we got to fix that. I'm going to start off, because they look terrible, I'm going to start off with this 400 grit sandpaper. Then I'm going to move up to 600, then 800, then 1,000, then 2,000, and then to finish off, I'm going to go over it real quick with 3,000. I'm going to be doing this wet, so I'll be doing some water and soap in this. And to finish off, I'm going to clean it off with some isopropyl alcohol, and then we are going to spray it with some automotive enamel gloss clear coat. No, do not listen to me in that last clip. Do not use Rust-Oleum. So that is how we plan on fixing up these headlights. Again, this is not going to look perfect, but it's going to look much better than that. You guys can see that just looks terrible. I've done this a couple other times. Sometimes it turns out really nice. Other times it does not. So hopefully it comes out decent on these guys. If not, I might just bite the bullet and spend the $100 on some new ones. I really don't want to with this car, because I don't think that these headlights are going to last very long on the track, or drifting. They're going to get torn up. So I just wanted to fix these ones for free, but let's see how it goes. All right, first things first, we are going to hit this with some 400 grit sandpaper and some water. What the heck? There we go. Well, it's looking much closer, but we want all of this to look completely uniform before we go on to the next one. So like all of this stuff where you see like this hard line right there, you want all of this, like kind of this section here, all those lines, we want all of those to blend in uniformly before we move on to the next one. So we're going to keep working at it. Okay, well, I'd say that looks quite a bit better. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. So now we are going to move on to 600 grit. Now moving on to 800. Now on to 1,000. Okay, moving on to 2,000 grit. I just got done taping this off, so now I'm going to finish this off with 3,000 grit. Just very lightly here. I'm going to kind of go in a circular pattern. Just kind of get out those last imperfections and that kind of stuff. And you'll see here, you can already see that the finish is so much better. So once we spray that clear coat on there, it's gonna look pretty crystal clear. So we just wanna kind of work at it like this for a little while. Try and work out any larger scratches, anything like that. And then once we're done here, then we'll move on to clear coat. Okay, so now I'm going to use some of this isopropyl alcohol to clean off the surface here. And wow, look at that. That looks so fantastic. We just want to make sure that there's no particles, anything like that, that are going to get stuck or trapped underneath the clear coat, because we don't want to do all of this work and then we have, you know, any oils or anything like that from our fingers that are going to mess up the finish. So now we are ready for clear coat. So get your respirator on and just spray a light coat. Holy cow, that looks so much better than it did. After I shut off the camera, after that last clip, I actually sprayed just a little bit more afterwards just to give it a little extra. And yeah, guys, that looks so much better than it did. Okay, well, never mind. Do not use this shit. Rust-Oleum is awful. I've learned that lesson probably 8 different times now, and I know not to use this, and for some reason in my head I was like, oh yeah, it's just headlights, it's fine, I can use it, it'll probably work. No, it will not. Yeah, as you guys can see, it started crazing and now my headlights look like shit. So that's what happens when you use Rust-Oleum. It eats away the plastic and it just looks terrible. So yeah, that's what you can expect after doing all of that work and all of that sanding and trying to make them look nice. It looks terrible. So use a 2K clear, something that's not Rust-Oleum, that looks decent. Do your own research, because apparently my research is not good, mostly because I didn't do any. So yeah, I'm gonna probably sand down this headlight, make it look halfway decent, but I'm not gonna try too hard, because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna spray it with this, because I'm not gonna buy a new can of clear coat just to make this one look halfway decent, and then this one's gonna look like crap. So, you know, whatever, it'll do. It's still better than it was, I suppose. So we're gonna run it for now, but learn from my mistakes, don't be a moron. Well, the other side is done now. So I did use the Rust-Oleum again, and it came out quite a bit better this time. So I just used very, very light coats on this one to avoid that crazing effect. If you just go super, super light with the Rust-Oleum and do about 3 coats, you can still make it look good. So if all you have is that Rust-Oleum, you can still make it work. But yeah, with this one, I did go way too heavy on that first coat, so I got a ton of crazing on that one. So it doesn't look great, but at least this one came out halfway decent. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Again, this is a 358,000 mile Mustang that's going to be flying around a track. So at the end of the day, do I really care that much? No, not really. But it looks much better than it did, and my Mustang no longer has glaucoma. So that's a plus. But as far as the budget for the track build, I'm not going to add the oil change to that, because that's just routine maintenance, and I really only want to add things like repairs and mods to that list. So as far as the budget for today, we're only adding $0. For the headlights, I already had the sandpaper and the clear coat, so we're not going to add any cost for that. And then for the door cards, I already had the 3M adhesive, so I'm not going to add anything for that. And then the oil change, again, is just routine maintenance. So we are still on track to hit our budget. But that's all for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the content for today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content, and I'll catch you guys next week. Later.